Do you want me to tell you a movie that's the most Halloween themed movie of all time that's not Halloween or Trick or Treat?
Trick or treat!
Trick!
A Halloween prank in Pitchford Cove accidentally unleashes a 300-year-old curse raising witches, vampires and zombies. Phil teams up with Sandy, a 50s cheerleader ghost, to undo it before midnight. Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking into The Midnight Hour from 1985. Now this is a movie that not everyone's heard of, and for those of you who have heard of it, probably already love this movie. If you're watching it for the first time today, I genuinely don't know how you would feel about it. Now, when I watched it today, I still absolutely love it. And it's not just with nostalgia, it is because it is a genuinely good movie with a really good cast, a great score, and a fantastic soundtrack. But I couldn't tell you how to feel about it today if you're watching it for the first time. Nostalgia does play a part for me, but nostalgia is just not the only thing or not the only reason that I love it.
Demons, arise, arise.
My history with this movie was, it was on TV one night and I just happened to be recording the TV at the same time, and I was recording the TV, The Midnight Hour came on. Now I'm from the UK, so we didn't have HBO or ABC or whatever channel it would have been on at the time, so we were lucky enough to have it on TV. And when I recorded it, I watched it over and over and over again until the VHS snapped. Now, here's a cool story. After the VHS snapped, I went onto the internet because the internet was still fairly new for me at the time. It was around about 2000. And I went onto a website called Amazon.com. Wasn't huge at the time. But onto Amazon, and there it was on DVD, The Midnight Hour from Anchor Bay. Now, it had just been released, so it was great timing. I ordered it from the UK. It came over from the US, and then lo and behold, that DVD sold out, and it became one of the most expensive DVDs of all time at the time. I think it was selling for like $400 on eBay. And when I found that out, I thought to myself, well, it must be a really good movie if everybody wants to buy it. Yes, of course, they had a limited run, and they probably thought nobody was wanting to buy the movie because nobody had heard of it at the time. But it just goes to show that a movie so good can have a limited run on DVD and everybody wants it now. It's obviously not worth that amount anymore. It probably goes for about $80, $90 now. If you see it on eBay, you better snap it up. I think it's because there's a lot of bootlegs out there now. You can actually watch it on YouTube if you want, and there's some Spanish they're probably bootlegs as well, but they sell it on Amazon Spain, Amazon Italy, so you can get it in many ways now, whereas before in 2000, the only way to get it on DVD was that Anchor Bay release. So if we go into the characters, we've got very stereotypical characters, but lovable ones as well. You've got like the jock, you've got the geek, you've got the cool girl, you've got the geeky girl, you've got the rock chick, you've got everybody in this movie that you would expect to see in an 80s and a 90s horror movie.
Halloween, my favorite day of the year.
I think what adds to the charm for me is I love 80s movies, of course, 80s horror movies, but I also love the 50s themes in 80s horror movies, and that's what we get in this one, because we get 50s style music. You've even got a character, a ghost called Sandy, who comes back from the dead. She died in the 50s, so she's walking around as a ghost in the 1980s with the 1950s outfit and the 1950s music. What more can you ask for if you're a fan of 1980s horror movies with 1950s themes?
We got the team on the beam. No doubt about it. We're going to shout it. Who's going to win?
For a TV movie as well from 1985, you've got a really stacked cast. You've got Shari Belafonte, Peter DeLuise, LeVar Burton, Dee Pfeiffer, Kurtwood Smith, Kevin McCarthy, Dick Van Patten. You've got a huge cast there for a movie that's just a TV movie.
Look out, it's the midnight hour, baby!
We also get a cameo from Wolfman Jack. He plays the radio DJ in the movie. I don't know who Wolfman Jack is. He was probably before my time, but apparently he was a big deal at the time. I might as well mention this as well because I know that someone's going to mention it. This is Macaulay Culkin's first movie. Now, I did mention this is the most Halloween feeling movie of all time, and it certainly is, and this is why. You've got those autumn leaves in the streets, you've got the foggy cemeteries, you've got the downtown party that feels like this ideal Halloween night where you and your friends can go and find a Halloween party somewhere, and this is the one to go to, this big massive house at the end of the street. It's also shot on Warner Brothers and Universal's Midwest Street, so it's shot in that studio backlot, which weirdly enhances the storybook town aesthetic. There's practical makeup and costumes everywhere. Even the background ghouls have personality. The characters that don't even speak within the movie, they're there and they're just amazing looking. We even get this music video style song called Get Dead in the movie where all the characters in this Halloween party are dancing and singing along at the same time. It feels like something from Michael Jackson's Thriller. Everybody should try it. Get dead. I did mention the score and the soundtrack were great, and they absolutely are. There's so many songs on the soundtrack that I absolutely love because of the Midnight Hour. Now, there are so many that I can't remember them all, so I'm going to read them all out for you. Not all of them, but you've got songs like In the Midnight Hour, Bad Moon Rising, Lil Red Riding Hood, Mama Told Me Not to Come, Devil or Angel, How Soon Is Now, Clap for the Wolfman, and there's so much more. So the soundtrack alone is outstanding, but the score as well feels very, very ominous. I think it's by Brad Fiedel, the guy who done Fright Night, The Terminator, Just Before Dawn. So the score as well is absolutely outstanding. Part of me wants to get into the nitty-gritty of the story of the movie, but I don't want to, and at the same time, I don't really have to. I feel like with the synopsis of the movie, that's all you really need to know before getting into this movie, if you haven't seen it. If you've seen it, you obviously know what it's about. So I don't really want to give too much away in sense of what happens in the movie. All I want to tell you is it's about these group of teens that go to a cemetery, they read a passage off a stolen script, and the dead come back to Earth, and it's up to them to stop that and put them back where they belong. When I was younger, I loved Sandy. I just like, she was this dream girl. She was obviously a dream girl to Phil in the movie, and there's just something about her that every time I saw her, I just fell in love with her all the time. Even watching it now, I'm like, wow, she's so beautiful. And it's maybe part of that 50s charm. And it's not just Sandy that has the 50s charm. When you look at all the characters in the movie after the ghosts and goblins come back from the dead, it's got that eerie feel to it. You've got these like the milkmen that are coming and they're delivering the milk in slow motion. You get the people that are singing in the little bandstands. It just feels so eerie and 50s like. For a movie that was made for TV, it does have that big budget feel. Like I said, the cast is great. It's got a huge cast that maybe you would get in a big budget movie. I don't know how massive they were back in the 80s, but I certainly know who all these actors are. And it was directed by Jack Bender as well. Now, Jack Bender didn't do too much in movies after this, but he went on to direct episodes of Game of Thrones and Lost, so it was still a semi-big deal. So for me, guys, the reason that this works, the reason that it is one of the most, if not the most Halloween-themed horror movie of all time, is the fact that it's just got that great 80s charm to it. If you're looking for an 80s movie that does have the 80s feel, then this is your movie. If you're looking for a horror movie set on Halloween, this is the one to watch. If you're looking for one that has a bit of fun and atmosphere to it, this is the one to watch. If you're looking for the soundtrack, the score, I can't highly recommend this one enough. It has everything you want from a horror movie that's set at Halloween, and especially for a horror movie that you want to watch on or around Halloween. I could go on and on and on about this movie, and I have done a review for it in the past. It was a really amateur, terrible looking review that I done for it, so I wanted to update it for 2025 so that anyone who hasn't watched that video and is watching this one, hopefully if you haven't seen the movie, you will watch it now after this review.
This is not my night. Yeah, easy for you to say.
So what are your thoughts on The Midnight Hour, guys, if you've seen the movie? As always, leave your thoughts and opinions down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.